so I'm back, and this is what the caramel looks like. It's not quite there yet, but I'd like to talk about the different types of caramels. So here, let me turn this fan on. So there is a dry caramel, a hard caramel, and a wet caramel. And I'm doing the wet caramel, which involves water, and it's more of a sauce. And then there's a dry caramel, which is without the water, and you just caramelize the sugar on its own. And that's like kind of like a chewier texture. And then there's a hard caramel, which is, I'm actually not sure. I think there's a little bit more butter, so it's really good for like griddles or toffee or anything like that. And so this probably needs maybe a little bit longer, and I have a little bit more sugar because there was not enough sugar ratio to water. And so I just added maybe a few tablespoons, and this is starting to get there. It's going to be there in probably 30 seconds to a minute. So now we wait.
And can you give us any hints on what the cake is going to be tomorrow?
Well, it involves caramel and it involves chocolate.
Any other ingredients you want to throw out there to tell us? The hint?
No, it's gonna give it away.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is gonna be there in probably a minute.
Wait, you just said 30 seconds.
Well, I lied.
You're not supposed to lie. How do you know when it's ready?
It reaches kind of like a rich, like amber color. It's kind of like in the middle of light and dark. So it's in like kind of like medium.
Okay.
So this will be there in a little bit.
And then what happens when it's ready?
I pour 1.5 cups of heavy cream in.
Okay.
This will
And you
be
keep
there.
it on the heat?
Yep. No, you take it off. You take it off the heat when you add the cream. So this will be there in a little bit. It's about to be there. Take it off the heat to see. Still kind of golden right now.
Okay.
It'll turn amber in a little.
So maybe ready in 2 minutes?
Maybe more a little bit, like 2 minutes. Actually, no. It'll be ready in.
Do you want the filming crew to come back in a little bit?
No, I think you should stay.
Okay.
It's gonna be ready.
You don't want to miss anything?
No.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah.
Probably 15 more seconds. And if the caramel's not dark enough, you can always put it back on the heat, but the problem with caramel is if you go too far, you have to completely restart. All right, so this is ready. So I'm gonna turn this off the heat. I'm going to pour my cream while I'm whisking it. Just gonna add a little bit because you don't want the cream to seize up. Okay, so the cream did seize up, and it might look like it's ruined, but trust me, it's not ruined. You just have to keep whisking, and it'll come together. And the thing with making caramel is if it goes too far, you can sometimes use it for things that are really sweet. Because if something is too sweet, you can always, because it gets more bitter as it turns darker, and so you can add it to something really sweet that's way too overpowering and add a little bit of this, and I think it'll tone it down and add a really nice flavor. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit here for maybe 2 to 3 minutes just to let all this like gooey stuff, this caramel, dissolve, and then I'll come back and stir it, and then I will pop it in the freezer or the fridge and refrigerate it overnight.
And then we'll get to find out what your cake is
Tomorrow.
Okay. Good night.